I don't know if you would, just an overall assessment of how you guys look today, and apparently 3 picks at least.
Well, those are plays, and we'll build on those and make some really good plays. But I'll be totally honest with you, I'm not satisfied nearly with the way we tackled today. And it's we'll get it fixed. We got good kids out there that are working hard, but we tackled much better in the first scrimmage, much better. And I don't quite understand. We spent a lot of time on it. And it's, that's my responsibility to make sure that we tackle well, and I will assure you we will. But we did not today. And I'm glad we didn't have a real game today because we didn't tackle well enough to win.
Hey, Chief, I know Chad and the players have talked about Joe Fouché really having a good camp. Has he been doing mostly safety or nickel, or how have you been
mostly safety? And again, we've worked him some at nickel. It's hard with a freshman to keep moving them, from position to position. In a perfect world, what we'd like to do is have a safety or a corner that's a veteran player that could go in there and play nickel for us, and just let our freshmen play one position. But we don't have that depth yet to be able to do that. But in a perfect world, that's what we want to do. So Joe's been working a lot more at safety than he has nickel.
Dorian Gerald, Coach was saying that he needs to get in a little bit better shape, but from what you've seen of him in the past, do you think he's going to contribute this year?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, let's just tell it like he's got to. We don't have a choice. He doesn't have a choice, and he will. He's as talented as we thought he was. Getting here a little bit late, and right now, the things that he's hearing has been really the first time, and it's like learning a different language. He knows how to play football. And some of the techniques that we're teaching him are techniques that he's played before, but it's been explained in a different language. So, he's getting there. He's getting there, and you can see it, really he's starting to relate to it in his mind, and he's starting to play faster. And, like I said, there's no doubt he will play for us, and there's no doubt that we got to have 4 or 5 ends, and he's going to be a big part of that.
What did you see from that third linebacker spot today, and what do you kind of see the rotation being besides Scooter and Dre?
Well, let's see. We didn't rotate Dre any at all today, and we got Scooter out pretty early. And my focus is on the depth, and I'm excited about where Bumper Pool is right now. D. Walker, we got a chance to get him back. This is his first live work in about 6 days. Get him back, and he got a good bit of work there. So we took an opportunity. To make sure we got 1 or 2 guys that we don't want to get banged up anymore, and work on that depth, and that's what we did today. So I feel better about where we are right now than I did 9 days ago, in terms of the depth, because you got to have it. I think we probably ended up with 125 snaps in the total scrimmage, and I'd say there's a bunch of those guys that got 35 or 40 snaps, and that's good for them. Now they got a chance to see themselves on film in a live situation, and they're going to learn. If all you do is just practice and practice, and you don't play the game and get in the game situations, you don't get as better as fast. And they're going to see that, and again, I got to help them, and that's what I'm here to do.
How's Devon McClure progressing there at nickel, and how have you felt about his camp?
Good. He's had a really, really good camp, and this is the thing that you got to realize about McClure. Again, he hadn't played football in a long time. And he is a mature man. He's not an 18, 19-year-old coming in here. He's a mature man. So he's got that, the physical qualities are there. And now mentally, he's got to put it all together. He's got to learn how to play football again, and he's got to learn to play the position. And we're working him more at nickel than we are anywhere else. But I like what we've seen so far. Really do.
Since Ramsey's been out for a while, has anybody taken advantage of the extra reps that's Pennsylvania?
I'm sure they have, and again, I'm not trying to not answer your question. I'm sure they have. When a scrimmage goes on like we had today, and first time I've been in the box in a year and a half, or a little longer than that. I got certain things that I'm training myself to do in the box. So I can't tell you, really who played well and who didn't play well, because there are certain things that I need to be able to see that's going to be important to us as we progress in calling a game. So, but yeah, I'm sure they've taken advantage. I mean, Coach Caldwell is an excellent football coach, and again, when you get a chance to get reps in a situation like this, in a full speed scrimmage, then you got no chance but to get better. And we're going to keep pushing them. Like I said, honestly, I'm glad today wasn't our first day. Or first game to play, because we were not where I expected us to be. But I will guarantee you we're going to be better tomorrow. And we ain't going to practice tomorrow, but we're going to be better.
You mentioned Joe and Bumper Pool a couple of times. Are there any other freshmen who pushed themselves into significant snaps with this camp so far?
At any position, not anybody I'm ready to talk about right now. Miles is having a good fall camp, and I will mention him, on the back end. Normally I don't even do that, but he's having a good fall camp and getting himself in a position to where Miles Mason, where he'll be able to help us as well.
Coach Morris mentioned that this was more of a passing scrimmage last time, more of a running. Did that have something to do with the tackling? Like, was the open field tackling the issue, or how was it today?
Well, all tackling was. It's like I said, we were not as sharp as we need to be, and certainly that's got to improve. Because if you can't block, you can't tackle. It's hard to play winning football, and certainly we don't do a lot of blocking on defense. So we've got to be a great tackling defense. There's no question about that.
Two more. Chad mentioned pass protection issues early on, so something was happening defensively. Can you speak about that? Maybe getting to the quarterback a little bit, and what were the plays that Santos and Fouché picked off, and McClure?
Yeah, well, I don't recall the plays exactly, so but we are a pressure defense, and to be quite honest with you, we didn't pressure as much today as we normally do. We wanted to see if we could disrupt the quarterback, make him get off his spot with a 4-man rush. And we got some guys up front, and John Scott and Steve Caldwell have done a great job, in terms of working with those guys. And I think what we're doing from just an alignment standpoint, and what we want to be able to do is rush the passer with speed. And we've got some speed. We've got some speed, and we got some speed inside that will help create some good matchups on those guards, and that's what we're going to rely on, and certainly that's been what we've been really good at in the past, and we're going to continue to do that.